You mentioned that you have a 3-month-old, you're going to go back to work soon, and you're concerned about your milk supply because in the past it did start to dwindle when you went back to work. And a lot of moms find that this happens because when they go to work, they're not able to pump as frequently as their baby's eating while they're away. And our bodies are kind of a supply and demand thing when it comes to breast milk. And if your body isn't being stimulated to make milk, then it stops making milk. So if you're going back to work and concerned about your supply, just pump as frequently as you can. If your baby's nursing every 3 hours, or I guess having a bottle every 3 hours while you're gone, then try to pump every 3 hours if possible. If not, keep it as close to that as you can. If you can only pump every 4 hours, then that's probably going to be okay too, because you're likely to pump a little bit more if more time has passed. And as long as you're keeping to a good regular schedule, your supply should be okay. And while you're home with your baby, nurse more frequently, and also try pumping for 10 extra minutes past your nursing session, because this will all help stimulate your body to make more milk. For example, when you are home with your baby, if your baby's eating every 4 hours, pump or feed your baby every 2 hours while awake if your baby will tolerate that. And if not, then try pumping every 2 hours, like nurse your baby and then pump 2 hours later, and then nurse your baby 2 hours after that. You will have milk to feed your baby. And do this for about 4 to 7 days, just increasing the number of feedings, the frequency of feedings, and perhaps pumping for 10 extra minutes past the time you've nursed, and it should stimulate your body to make more milk. A lot of times women find that when they go back to work, their milk supply dwindles because it's a sheer fact that babies suck better than a pump. So maybe think about the pump you're using, and if the pump you're using isn't very strong, look into renting a hospital-grade pump, and that will ensure that when you're pumping, you're getting the most bang for your buck, and it's emptying your breasts appropriately and stimulating your body to make more milk. Because if you've got a weak pump, it's not likely to empty you very well, and your milk supply will likely decrease because of that. While women are away, they also find that they might have a problem with letdown simply because their baby's not there. And letdown is a hormonal thing, and so some women feel like they have to have a picture of their baby or a recording of their cry, and if they watch or listen to these things, then it actually stimulates a letdown more easily than if you just sit there and stress about how you only have 15 minutes to pump before you have to go back to work, because that stress alone can actually inhibit letdown. And if this goes on for hours and hours, and pumping session after pumping session, then yes, your milk will likely decrease. Drink lots of fluid. Make sure you're consuming enough calories to provide for your needs and your baby's needs through the breast milk. Generally speaking, if you're exclusively breastfeeding, you need about 400 to 500 extra calories a day. And if you're doing these things, then your milk supply should stay up. But if it continues to struggle, talk to your doctor, and there are other options available, like medications you can take to stimulate milk production. Good luck with everything, and if you have other questions for me, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page, and recommend us to your friends and family too.